Welcome to U.S. Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: Trump deflects anti-democracy criticism, accuses Biden of conspiring against U.S. If we could take politics out of economic stimulus programs, what would happen? New poll holds warnings for Biden campaign. Israeli air raid on Rafah kills 14 Palestinians, many of them children. China, 2 sessions, ASEAN-Australia summit, Malaysia rate decision. Trump deflects anti-democracy criticism, accuses Biden of conspiring against U.S. Washington Post. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has accused President Joe Biden, without evidence, of conspiring against America. The comments were made at a rally as Trump faces 91 charges across 4 criminal cases, 2 of which relate to his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. Trump has denied any wrongdoing, seeking to portray the cases as politically motivated. If we could take politics out of economic stimulus programs, what would happen? ABC. Economists in Australia are debating when the Reserve Bank will begin cutting interest rates, as unemployment rises and economic growth weakens. An alternative definition of a recession, based on rising unemployment, shows that Australia has experienced 2 recessions since the early 1990s, despite not meeting the technical definition. Known as the TSOM rule, this definition uses a moving average of the unemployment rate to signal when the economy has entered a recession. Australia's unemployment rate has increased from 3.6% to 4.1% in the past 5 months, and the trend unemployment rate is already 0.5 percentage points above its lowest recorded level from the past 12 months. This suggests that the economy may be in a TSOM recession, according to Commonwealth Bank economist Gareth Aird. The TSOM rule could be used to trigger stimulus payments to workers early in a recession, supporting economic activity and lessening the impact of the downturn. New poll holds warnings for Biden campaign. South China Morning Post. A new poll by the New York Times and Siena College has found that if the U.S. presidential election were held today, 48% of registered voters would choose Donald Trump, while 43% would choose Joe Biden. The poll revealed waning support for Biden among blue-collar workers and non-white voters, as well as a decline in support among less educated working-class voters of color. Furthermore, while 97% of those who voted for Trump in 2016 said they would do so again, only 83% of Biden's 2020 voters pledged to stick with him, with 10% now backing Trump. However, the poll noted that much can change in the months before the November election, and Trump still faces legal challenges. China, 2 sessions, ASEAN-Australia summit, Malaysia rate decision. Nikkei Asia. China's National People's Congress will begin its annual meetings on Tuesday, with Premier Li Qiang expected to deliver a work report that includes growth targets for 2024. The ASEAN-Australia summit will also begin on Monday in Melbourne, marking 50 years of Australian-ASEAN dialogue relations. The annual U.S.-South Korea joint military drills will start on Monday, aimed at guarding against the threat posed by North Korea. E-commerce giants C&JD.com are set to report earnings this week. Powerball winning numbers for Saturday, March 2nd. Check your tickets for $443 million jackpot. Yahoo! The Powerball lottery jackpot is estimated to be $443 million, with a cash option of $210.3 million, for the drawing on Saturday, March 2, 2024. The last time the Powerball jackpot was won was on January 1, 2024, when a player in Michigan won $842.4 million. The Mega Millions jackpot is currently at $650 million, with a cash option of $308.6 million. Powerball drawings are held 3 times a week, on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 10:59 p.m. The deadline for purchasing Powerball tickets varies by state, so it is important to check the deadline for your state. Tickets can be purchased in person at gas stations, convenience stores, and grocery stores, as well as online through the Jackpocket app in select states. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are 292, 201, 338, to 1. The top 10 largest Powerball jackpots range from $2.04 billion to $699.8 million. The largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever was $2.04 billion, won in California in November 2022. Move over boomers, Gen Zers are taking over a game created decades before they were born. ABC. Pinball, once a popular game for adults, is now being taken over by digital natives. 4 of the top 5 players in the world are under 21 years old, highlighting the younger generation's growing interest in the game. The rise in popularity of pinball among young people has helped to ensure the future of the sport, encouraging manufacturers to create more games and venues to purchase them. Pinball's kinetic satisfaction appeal, as well as the desire to switch off from the online world, is driving its popularity among the younger generation. Min Woo Lee in contention at PGA Tour event in Florida. ABC. Australian golfer Min Woo Lee is in contention for his first U.S. PGA Tour victory after a strong third-round performance. Lee shot a 5-under par 66 to finish in a tie for fourth place at PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens. He is 3 shots behind the leaders heading into the final round. Lee, who has already won twice on the PGA European Tour, is looking to join his sister, Minjee Lee, as a U.S. Tour winner. He shares fourth place with American Jacob Bridgman, Scott Martin Laird, Taiwan's Kevin Yu, and Frenchman Victor Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 dimensions. I hope you're all ready for another exciting segment of 6 Degrees Briefing. Now, let's dive into today's news. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is back in the headlines, deflecting criticism and accusing President Joe Biden of conspiring against America. Trump, who is facing multiple criminal charges, is trying to paint the cases against him as politically motivated. In other news, economists in Australia are debating when the Reserve Bank will cut interest rates as the country faces rising unemployment and weakening economic growth. A new poll shows that support for President Biden is waning among certain demographics, raising concerns for his campaign. On a more somber note, an Israeli air raid in Rafah resulted in the deaths of many Palestinians, including children, adding to the already devastating toll in Gaza. In Asia, China's National People's Congress is set to begin its annual meetings, while the ASEAN-Australia Summit and Malaysia's rate decision are also on the agenda. And for those feeling lucky, the Powerball lottery jackpot is up for grabs, with a whopping $443 million on the line. Finally, pinball, a game once dominated by adults, is now being taken over by Gen Zers, with young players making their mark on the pinball world. Now, let's analyze these news stories. Trump's accusations against Biden come as no surprise, considering his ongoing legal battles. As for the Australian economy, the debate over interest rates highlights the challenges the country is facing. Biden's declining support among certain groups is a warning sign for his campaign, and he will need to address these concerns to maintain his standing. The situation in Gaza is heartbreaking, and it's crucial to find a peaceful resolution to prevent further loss of life. The events in China, as well as the Powerball jackpot and the rise of pinball among young people, show the diversity and unpredictability of the world we live in. Now, it's time for your thoughts. What do you make of these news stories? Do you agree with Trump's accusations against Biden? Are you feeling lucky enough to play the lottery? And have you ever tried your hand at pinball? Share your opinions and questions, and let's start a lively discussion. Remember, stay curious and stay connected. This is Dr. Six from the 6 dimensions, signing off until next time. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.